Okay, right. So here is my model answer for this question. So, to review, I've found evidence and I've decided I mostly agree. Now I'm going to actually write this paragraph. I'm going to structure it much like a PEE, but I'm actually going to begin with my opinion, and you should do the same with your question. So I've said I largely agree that the 2 survivors are treated poorly. They are the ones with the most to lose, other than their lives, from this expedition, because it is their livelihood. Okay, so I've given my opinion in response to the question. Then I'm going to move on to some evidence. Okay, so do you agree? And briefly why, then I'm going to look for some evidence from the text. It is sad to hear the son say to Whymper that they are poor men who can't afford to not get paid following the death of their employer. It seems likely that they rely on every bit of work to feed themselves and their family. Even more distressing is Whymper's lack of empathy. I'm going to pause there. So I've actually embedded my quotes, which means I've put them inside a sentence. And if you've done the footwork on this, you've actually gone back to the text, found the quotes you wanted, made notes, this bit is so much easier because I can be really choosy about what are my key words, what's the key information that acts as detail to demonstrate what I'm asserting, which is that we're meant to feel sorry for them, or I feel sorry for them. Now, I could actually split my paragraph up here because I've then gone on to add some more detail. So I said even more distressing, so again I've given another opinion there, is Whymper's lack of empathy. So empathy is when you care about someone else's feelings and you feel what they feel. Whymper doesn't seem to feel what others feel. He treats them badly. Although he promises to pay, he does not realise that they're worried about their reputation for future seasons and gets angry. We feel sorry for men who must undertake such dangerous work. Even Whymper says the conditions are, quote, miserable and wretched, and he is only doing this for fun. Although Whymper seems more suspicious than sympathetic, I feel sorry for these men. So I've done the exact same thing in terms of opinion, evidence, but at the end of this one, I actually tried to sum up, and this is a bit tricky, but what I've tried to do is separate the narrator from my own response. So I think the narrator, Whymper, is a bit suspicious of them. I don't think he likes Peter, old Peter and the son, especially. I think he's quite suspicious of the guides. Remember, they're not English like him. But I'm saying I feel sorry for these men. So that's what the narrator thinks, but I think the reader responds with some sympathy. Okay, so I think this is probably about 150 words, maybe slightly more, and that would be a really ample paragraph and loads of room for a similar amount. What you're going to need to do now is click on the link on Show My Homework for Forms, where your question will come up and it will prompt you to give a long answer, citing evidence and whether you agree. Give yourself a chance to actually do this legwork, do the notes first. And I would actually either write it on paper first or type it first, and then you can just copy and paste it into Forms so that it doesn't get lost if you have like a fault in internet connection or something goes wrong, because there's nothing worse than typing it all out and then clicking send and then you find that something's gone wrong and you've lost all your work. Okay, so I would suggest that you type it or write it first. Okay, and just remember your question is different from mine, but it's exactly the same style. So begin with your opinion about whether you agree and why, give some evidence, and do the same thing again. Opinion, evidence, try and sum it up at the end. Aim for 150 words. If you can't manage that, just do your best. And this work will be submitted when you click submit on Forms. It'll go to your English teacher. Okay, good luck.